Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. And now we've got news out of Bertie County, where the Sheriff's Office is going to be holding a press conference later today at 11 a.m. over the death of Jamie Drain. Sheriff Tyrone Ruffin says the conference will be streamed live on Facebook at 11 a.m. You can find that here on the First Alert Desk, where officials will discuss the arrest made in the case of Jamie Drain. On Monday, a grand jury indicted Jamie's mother, Raja Drain, for the murder in the death of the toddler. Jamie died on December 2nd at a home on Jack Branch Road outside of Lewiston, Woodville. An autopsy released last month said the 2-year-old had been returned to her mother after being taken into DSS custody following a child abuse case. The jury also indicted Drain on felony child abuse, inflicting serious bodily injury. The autopsy said the mother was in the kitchen cooking while her daughter was playing. Quote, "The descendant was standing in the kitchen eating when her mother heard a thud," end quote. The mother turned around and found the child had fallen face first, striking her forehead, the document said. It says the cause of death was blunt force trauma of the head. The manner of death was homicide. DHHS took over child welfare services in the county on August 15th, citing the child's death. It's the second time in 3 years the state has come in and taken over county operations. And now we want to turn to the big news out of Washington yesterday, where President Trump and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced the connection between Tylenol and autism. NBC's Ann Thompson has more.
If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol.
President Trump and health officials on Monday tying acetaminophen, the generic name for Tylenol, to an increased risk of autism, despite decades of research that says it's safe. Acetaminophen can help with fever and pain relief and is taken by more than half of pregnant women worldwide. Trump now saying officials will recommend limiting Tylenol during pregnancy unless it's medically necessary.
In cases of extremely high fever that you feel you can't tough it out, you can't do it.
The announcement comes after New York's Mount Sinai published an analysis of more than 45 studies last month, with some finding acetaminophen use during pregnancy may be linked to an increased risk of autism, but urged further study. Many other large-scale studies, including one published in JAMA last year, found acetaminophen use during pregnancy was not associated with children's risk of autism, ADHD, or intellectual disability. Ahead of the administration's report, the maker of Tylenol, Kenvue, strongly disagreeing with the White House, saying in a statement that a decade of rigorous research confirms there is no credible evidence linking acetaminophen to autism. Stephen Fleischman, doctor and president of the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, supporting that.
Our recommendations are, if you need it, it is a safe medication for you to use in pregnancy.
President Trump also saying without evidence he thinks vaccines like those for measles, mumps, and rubella and hepatitis B should be spread out over time.
Don't let them pump your baby up with the largest pile of stuff you've ever seen in your life.
The American Academy of Pediatrics calling that dangerous and misleading, adding spacing out or delaying vaccines means children will not have immunity against these diseases at times when they are most at risk.
And again, that was Ann Thompson reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast. We have our eyes on the tropics. Right now, we're not anticipating anything tropical coming up within this week, but by the end of this week, we could be faced with a tropical disturbance pushing its way towards eastern North Carolina. Right now, again, too soon to really worry, but it's never too soon to prepare. For right now, we've got our eyes on two areas of concern. The first one, not quite as potentially impactful to eastern North Carolina is the one that's a little bit closer to the Leeward Islands. Right now, let's focus on the one in red, as that one has the higher chance of tropical development. Over the next 7 days, National Hurricane Center meteorologists are giving it an 80% chance of development. Now, the track of that system right now looks like it's signing a little bit further south, which could open the door for some potential beach impacts for us. But it's that secondary system a little bit closer to the Leeward Islands that should really kind of cause a little concern, as that one could be developing into a tropical system. Regardless, it should send some moisture into eastern North Carolina at some point. Now, what form that moisture takes is still yet to be determined. Right now, again, we are keeping an eye on that area of low pressure. Over the next 48 hours, has a 10% chance of tropical development. Over the next 7 days, that goes up to a medium chance, or a 50% chance. As far as Hurricane Gabrielle, right now, 140-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds, gusts up to 165 miles an hour, pressure 949 miles an hour. This is a Category 4 hurricane, but it is now moving away from North America, moving northeast at 13 miles an hour. This will be a system, again, that just races away from the North American continent through this week, and by the time we get into next weekend, looks like it'll be impacting areas around Portugal and Spain. Not going to be our issue, and by the time it reaches Europe, it will likely be a post-tropical low. Here's a look outside right now here in eastern North Carolina. Right now, things are looking pretty good. We will be warm today. Going to be getting into the upper 80s coming up this afternoon. 66 degrees right now, comes with a calm breeze and a few clouds overhead. But right now, things are looking very calm along the Pamlico River. A little bit foggier as you head further inland. Right now, this is a view through our Pitt Greenville cam. 63 degrees right now, comes with a calm breeze and a 63-degree dew point, hence the fog. As we warm up, we will see that fog burn off, but right now it is certainly present across parts of the area. Current air temperatures generally in the mid-60s to low 70s compared to where we were yesterday. Many areas are reporting a little bit more warmth, but as far as winds are concerned, it's a very calm morning. Just a few areas reporting any sort of breeze at all. Later on this afternoon, winds aren't really going to be all that impressive today, but the important thing to note is that wind direction will change. We'll see more of a southerly to southeasterly breeze for today, and that will help carry air temperatures into that mid to upper 80s range between 2, 3, 4, and 5 p.m. By the time we get to 6, we should start to cool back down again into the 70s by 7. Low 70s by the time we reach around 10 to 11 p.m. at night. Now, of course, the low pressure system is giving the cloud cover today. That's going to be pulling out of the area. And then our focus is on this incoming frontal system that is set to arrive here, coming in really late Thursday evening. It's going to be a fairly slow moving front, but for now it is expected to give us a pretty decent shot at some broken thunderstorms along that boundary. Really, it's the boundary that should be broken. We'll see some spaces in between those thunderstorms, but our threat of severe weather right now starting to increase a little bit there coming up for Thursday. Then we get into Friday, maintaining that chance of rain, and by the time we reach next weekend, we'll hold on to some of those showers on Saturday before seeing them tapering off by Sunday and Monday of next week. But of course, by that point, we're going to be talking about that tropical system that could be moving into eastern North Carolina. Right now, it does not have a name. It is not formed into a full system. Right now, it's a collection of thunderstorms with quite a bit of moisture associated with it. But that's really the only real, I don't want to say danger, but the only real concern right now, forecast-wise, across the area. That's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.